What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the best abilities and chemistries to use in Madden 20, specifically with the strong safety, free safety, and the cornerback. Now, when you first log into Madden 20, I need you guys to understand your primary focus is to make sure that you are buying a pack from the store and winning 2 games. In my case, I go for 3, just in case EA tries to do me really dirty. I don't like it. When I was not getting the extra 3rd game in, I did lose a lot while I was doing that, so I definitely don't want that for anybody that's just joining. You should regularly check your daily upgrade, your daily updates to make sure that you're getting credit for the days that you put it in there, because the daily objectives ultimately gets you free stuff. Free power-up passes, free coins. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just logging in for the first time today with this video, just to kind of give you guys an update. This is what I always do. I go right to the store and I figure out, what am I trying to do today? Am I feeling kind of saucy? Am I going for a more expensive pack? Am I going to go for the, the 5 get a gold player pack? Whatever it is, bro, you guys got to go ahead and do it. So right now, I think we're going to go after the clutch pack just because we're feeling kind of saucy. It is what it is. You guys, depending on the coins that you have and what you want to waste, because when I say waste, I'm pretty much letting you guys understand there is nothing guaranteed with EA Sports. EA will do you dirty every chance they get. It's not a game. Just understand that it's going to happen. Oh, okay. Emmanuel Sanders, though? And Steven Nelson. Yeah, bro, listen, GG's to me. You know what I'm saying, bro? All right, so I'm cool. We went ahead, we did that, so we got the pack. Now we know later on we just play 2 games and then we're pretty much done with it and we move on from that. So, you could check out to see what else is going on. They haven't reset my Ultimate Legends Fantasy Pack yet. They'll probably be waiting until Saturday to do so because, they release new Ultimate Legends. And when you buy it with coins, that's usually what they do. They give you 10 and then that's it. So that's why, we went crazy with it and kind of saw what was going on. And we took it from there. So what we're going to be doing right now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to start off with Night Train Lane. And I'm going to explain some things to you about Night Train Lane. All right? When you look at Night Train Lane's card, yes, he is one of the most unique corners in the game, but that's not why I'm showing you him. I'm showing you him because specifically with him, it doesn't really matter. I'm showing you all of the X Factor abilities. You can do whatever you want because regardless of what you pick for him, he's going to play insane no matter what. And the reasoning behind that is simply because he gets Enforcer as his natural position at the cornerback position. So what that means is as you start to go along and you play the game and you do these things, you're going to see that this guy is very unique. He's not like Minka Fitzpatrick at the safety coming down the corner. They make him play out of his mind. It could be because he's, right now, the Theme Diamond 2.0 master. It could be because of that, because we all know that every now and again, EA Sports will just put out a card that's really good, and other cards at that position just start playing like trash. I said it in another video, and many of you guys gave so many examples about your cards just playing really poorly after new cards are put out. Do we have proof that they're doing it? No, I don't know if they're really doing it, but I can visibly see that something's going on. All right, now, as you look at what's going on with him and you see his hit power, you see his zone coverage, understand that the higher this shows on his final tier in this screen, the better he's going to play besides the chem. So realistically, we're only adding 1 zone coverage to make him a 99. Theoretically, he's playing at a 98 level. So that zone coverage is going to implement onto the field and make him a lot better, okay? When you look at his abilities now, understand that my point of order is this. He gets universal coverage as a tier 1 ability, and we do not user him. So because we don't user him, we need the AI to be so specific to what they play that we can play various zones and he'll play out of his mind. You see what I'm saying? Because the universal coverage is not for the players that you actually user. It's for only the players that you let the the CPU take over. You let them do what they're doing. So that's the way it's supposed to be. You should not waste universal coverage on a player that you user at any given time. But you do see certain changes in the way that they play when they have universal coverage. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that thoroughly, that it is something that I highly recommend if you're going to put an ability on a corner. Now, if Night Train Lane wasn't available, I would not be putting an ability on a corner. Just so that we're clear with it, I would not be doing that. This guy right now is the best. He averages for me at least 1 to 2 fumbles a game. Okay, you run to his side, whether it's you're manually on him or whatever it is, you're going to fumble the ball. Okay, The reasoning behind that is because obviously he's one of the rare corners at this time that gets Enforcer. Obviously Mel Past the Blunt is probably going to be the next one that's going to do that, but he won't have 99 speed. Also remember that Night Train Lane can get any team chem, and ×3 for the teams that he played for. So as we go over to Enforcer, I want to make sure you guys understand this is a very, very huge factor. All right, it's nothing to take lightly. If you can get Enforcer on your players, except for your linemen and like, well, the left outside linebacker, the right outside linebacker, and your D linemen, don't put Enforcer on them. Middle linebackers, you can do it. It's weird, I know it is, I've tested it out. Middle linebackers can do the same thing that your secondary players do. The D line does not do it, like, and the left outside and the right outside linebackers. For instance, LT did not get any animations like that for me when I equipped him with Enforcer. Neither did Alan Page. So just to make sure that it's a point of order, you want your secondary to have this. Do not put it on your D line or your right outside or your left outside. It's been tested. Lumberjack, when you can combine this with Enforcer, that's probably why he's always causing fumbles. But again, I would always make sure and highly recommend that you guys have at least Enforcer on your team, because that's what really matters. The Enforcer is what makes an average player a really, really good player. And also take a look at the chemistries really quickly. Lockdown and Sprinter. All right, Lockdown, you definitely need it as a chemistry because man zone, man and zone and all that stuff. And then the Sprinter because of the acceleration instead of the Brawler. I do use Brawler and I do have the Max Brawler and the Max Sprinter, but what I've noticed is in my secondary positions, you want that speed. You want that excel. You do not want to lose any acceleration. We don't care. Look, take the strength. It don't really matter. That doesn't mean anything anyway, because EA has adjusted the game due to, people complaining, oh, Aaron Donald's too OP. Remember when the game first launched and they were playing like they're supposed to play? Oh my God, he's coming right in, bro. I can't do this. And then they nerfed pretty much after like the first month of the game, the valuable asset of strength. So I would go with Sprinter simply because of that. All right. So these are certain things that I want you guys to understand, because even if you can't afford Night Train Lane, I've given you guys so many videos showing you guys how to, complete them for cheap. I've shown you guys the challenges. I've shown you guys the missions. I've given you everything that I do, so that way you have an idea of everything that's actively going on. So there's really no excuse, guys, that you shouldn't be able to grind, because his prices dropped tremendously. When I completed his set, he was selling for 3.3 million. And some of you guys are still asking, why didn't you sell him and then buy him back? Because he was that valuable to me. That's why. Now, I could have waited and then, played games without him and, done all that weird stuff. But again, if I like a card, I don't really care what the market's doing. I'm going to keep him. All right. And that's it. Now, if he sucked, if I put him out there and he was garbage, you guys know, bruh, every other video, somebody about to get raid sold. You guys know that. So if I really like a card, I don't really, I'm going to keep him. And I could have gained a lot of coins from it and then bought him back, whatever, but it is what it is. Plus, EA would have got a hefty tax when it was sold, and I don't want to give EA 300K. So, that could be one of the other reasons also. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to jump over to the free safety position, and we're going to start talking about, Sean Taylor, then we're going to go over to Tailormade, and then we're going to figure out everything else that's going on. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying, why haven't you gone with another safety? Sean Taylor can't get Enforcer as a tier 1 ability. What are you doing? Gmi, what's the method behind your madness? There is no method. It's Sean Taylor. He's the GOAT. Like, what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, that's what it is. Like, it's nothing else to talk about. And as regards to Lurker and Acrobat, the reason that you see both of those things there is because you have a lot of guys that come out and they do low passes and they do a lot of weird stuff. The Acrobat will take that away. All low passes will be picked, okay? Lurker, if you do not have it, you are going to have major issues. You're going to have issues that your player will not jump in the air, dog. The dude will just not, they're not going to jump in the air. Okay, I know you guys are laughing about it. Bro, they will stand. Anthony Barr is 6'5", bro. Let me tell you why I stopped using linebackers in this game. Anthony Barr is 6'5", and my opponent threw the ball right at me, and he couldn't get off the ground 1 inch. And I'm not joking about it. Many of you guys were there for that stream earlier in the year when the game first came out. I was like, yo, what is this? But that was actually intended by EA because many people believe that Madden 19, it was an issue with the fact that these guys were able to jump that high. So now, in order to make your players even lift one leg up off the ground, you have to have Lurker. You gotta have Lurker. You gotta have faith. You gotta have Lurker. Now, Acrobat, that I choose, like I said, because he'll dive. They'll go crazy for anything that's all over the place. If you rush the quarterback and the ball is tipped, they will go crazy going after the ball. They will, bro, it's wild. So if you can get both, you get both. If you can only get one, you get Lurker. Because Lurker is going to be, when they throw the ball and you think, you know, they think they got you beat deep, they're going to jump so high it's ridiculous. And it's stupid. You're going to also notice that we have reinforcement on Sean Taylor as opposed to shutdown. It's no real method to my madness with that. It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying, bro? But at the end of the day, you just mix and match them. It don't really matter. You know, honestly, even when it's highlighted, do they play a little bit differently? Yeah, but it's not as crazy. But if you get dudes that have like double me and they come out there and they activate Moss during the game, that can be an issue. So you want to be able to counteract it. So having reinforcement, having shutdown, those things are really, really good. Also, if they are highlighted, you can one-on-one match up with Moss and you know, also double me and those type of things and get picks. So as you look at all these other abilities, again, for me, it's either reinforcement or a shutdown. Everything else, it looks like, you know, run stuffer, unstoppable force. That's more of like D-line, front seven type stuff, guys. So I would stay away from that. And, you know, Zone Hawk, I don't really care about it either. I just like the, you know, the lightning bolt, and I like the shutdown, bro. That's pretty much what I've had success with. If you guys have had success with other things, then you stick with it. Remember, guys, I'm giving you guys my opinion about what works for me and how I get as many wins as I get, because I utilize certain things that I know for a fact. If it's time for me to disrupt a run block and he's activated, when I tap the X button, or if you're on Xbox, you tap the A button, he's gonna shed. He's gonna shed and get right in there, and somebody's getting blasted. So that works out for me a lot in regards to that. Obviously, you'll see also, you know, obviously Enforcer. If you're playing without Enforcer, you shouldn't be playing Madden 20. All right, go right now to any place that'll take your game back and just exchange it. You need Enforcer on the field, guys. Like, it's, yo, I'm telling you right now. And I just want to go ahead and just break down the chemistries again. Lockdown. You see, EA sometimes doesn't show you everything. You got to go back and forth, press it a little bit. You see how it showed it there, and then I went back to it and then moved it for the bottom row. But we're going to get it to come up, and it'll show it that you get the man coverage and the zone coverage. So those chemistries are very, very important because the players do play a lot differently as their zone gets higher. So you'll see it there now. It just finally came back as a second line. It's a glitch in the game, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the man coverage and the zone coverage are very, very important for your secondary players. So definitely utilize that. As far as like your linebackers, I don't think it really matters, because even if they have high man, they still get routed. Even if they have a high zone, they'll go after a pick and just drop it. So the secondary is your key positions to make sure. Now, some players like Shazier will work better with the zone coverage because he already naturally has high zone, so he'll be around the area. But I don't want you guys to get really souped up about it like it actually is like a major thing, because it realistically isn't. The man coverage is a joke in this game, unless you're playing a psychopath that has everybody manned up and they just follow every route, and they're playing dollar and they just don't care about anything. All right, like they're like, look, bro, I got my SpongeBob G-string on and I am ready to rock and roll. That's the kind of thing that you have to be very, very careful about as you go on in this game, because it will change your perspective of the game. And as far as everything else that Sean Taylor gets, just to kind of verify, he doesn't get, you know, because I'm not using him anymore, zoned out is not as good as universal coverage, so I don't really care for it, even though I don't use him. You might say, yo, Gmia, you probably should use that instead of having Acrobat. But I think Acrobat works out better for me, and you know, the way that they have them set up, that's why some of you guys are using Minka, because you guys told me you could get the different abilities earlier. Look, bro, I got nothing else to say, but yo, that's Sean Taylor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna give anything else other than like, look, that's him. That's big body Sean Taylor, dude, ready to go, hit stick you into another dimension. That's why I got him. I'm not gonna make, yo, I think that having the better abilities, if he was able to get Enforcer earlier or universal coverage, I would definitely put that in there over Acrobat. But unfortunately for us, we don't have that option, so we cannot do that. So if you choose to use Sean Taylor, these are the best options that I believe that he brings to the table for all of us. Because, you know, when he's out there, he's already tall enough to jump. So if dudes are trying to beat you on a post route or something's weird, he's going to clean up. He's going to make that play. Now look, it's not 100%. This is Madden 20. The dude might throw the ball through your body. Or, you know, it'll just be a situation where the ball just drops right through your hand and your arm and your neck. Things like that will happen. But for the most part, he's big enough to make certain plays. So I would definitely stick with that and see how that works out, and I would just go from there. You know, to be completely honest, I think that that's probably the best bet for you going forward. I don't really see anything else that I can, you know, explain with it other than the fact that most of us are going to use cards just because of who the player is. And he's one of those guys that has resonated with me, so he's going to be on the squad. Unless they give me like the Incredible Hulk and the dude just has everything, bro. You know, because they're going to start adding more ability slots and all that stuff probably later on. I don't know why they're taking so long. We only got like maybe like 3 or 4 months of this game to really enjoy it before it's all about Madden 21, but it is what it is. So finally we go over to Tailormade. Now, he gets 99 speed with 49er chem from my team. I don't know what he would be on your team. Okay, we give him shutdown even though I'm using him, because when I pick the ball, it's automatically activated and I'm ready to go 8. Okay, looking over everything else that he has, it's really, really good to kind of see what goes on. But again, I don't want to give everybody reinforcement. I don't want to go with unstoppable force. Like I could, because I'm sitting right over the center in most cases and trying to bait my opponent, but I just feel better having him with shutdown right now, because even if I choose to click off on him, if he's in zone, they'll make him run to the ball like a savage because he's activated with shutdown. So those type of things are really, really cool for me. And it really, really helps me in a lot of different games. He just makes unbelievable plays. Plus, he's a big safety. You know what I'm saying? Dude is big. So the big body safeties are going to give you more advantages. So I like Tailormade for that. I like Sean Taylor. Night Train Lane about 6'1", but he plays a natural position in the corner. He is definitely a monster. All right, so you'll see now he gets Enforcer as a tier 1 ability. Okay, that being said, he also, I just wanted to let you guys understand, because he is our user, we are not giving him universal coverage. It is our responsibility to take over everything on the field. If your opponent comes out playing doubles or trips to one side, and your responsibility is a deep third or whatever it is, if you get beat deep, that's on you. That's why sometimes you'll see in my videos that I give up a deep pass, because I'll go for an RPO sometimes if I know that that's the tendency of my opponent. If I guess wrong and it's play action and the dude's wide open in the middle of the field, that's me. I know for the next play. But you don't want to waste universal coverage on a player that you user. So Lurker and Acrobat, those two being combined, I think, are two of the most important abilities when you have a user out there, because no matter what happens, wherever the ball is, they're going to go after it and they're going to be very, very aggressive with it. And again, you always want to make sure that Lurker is available. So, you know, these three are ideal. But that's what I have. Some of you guys were asking about, you know, why do I use it? Those two in combination are they're so valuable in game. And obviously we know the click off aspect of Enforcer. It's like, yo, bro, if you run by me, I'm probably taking that football. Like Tailormade is hit sticking dudes up in the air, bro, and they falling down, and it's like, what the? You don't even know what's going on. That's what Tailormade does. That's honestly what the man does. So, you know, I don't know how else to kind of explain to you the importance of Enforcer other than tell you and show you visual proof. Check out GmiasWorld Gaming for the full gameplays. You'll see these guys cause fumbles every single snap. So when guys come out running iPro, iTight, all those different variations of things, you have something that you can utilize to stop it. That's the objective of Madden 20. Run versus good defense. If you can stop the run, more than likely you're going to win a lot more games. But you have to be able to stop the run. And Enforcer is one of those things that you just have to use in order to help, because everybody's going to fumble, no matter who the running back is. Every single player is going to fumble when they get the right hit from an Enforcer. And it's a luxury that EA Sports has allowed us to have, to where we don't really have to be on the user to begin with. We don't even have to be on the play. Click off. Yo, click off and the dude's getting hit stick. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So it works out for us much better. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to understand. Even if you're not confident in your user to that capability, fine. Click off and handle your business. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, listen, that's what we do out here. Click off and make it hurt. That's pretty much where we are with it. So as we go forward with everything else, let me know if you guys need any other information on any other breakdowns for positions. This was strong safety, free safety, cornerback. Obviously, we went over the lockdown, the importance of Enforcer, and just understanding the Acrobat and the Lurker are required for these guys to play like human beings and jump up in the air and do stuff. So again, you guys have been enjoying the content. I appreciate you guys so much for the support. You guys are coming in from all over the world, so shout out to your country. If you're not from the United States of America, I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the troops that are overseas fighting for our freedoms. And again, anything else that you need to know about, please let me know. Like, for instance, you guys should have 6 of those what is it, the Ultimate Legend token so far. If you need more information about it, leave it in the comments. I'm pretty sure somebody in the community will get at you, but we need 6 right now currently. So check those missions and challenges. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Until next time. One love, y'all.